Hello, my amazing artists. We're going to create a cat in the style of Laurel Burch today. So for this project, you're going to need a pencil, a black marker or oil pastel, and then something to color with. So let's get started. First, we're going to draw in the top of our paper on the left-hand side a W-shaped face. So I'm going to start really close to the edge, and I'm going to make a line that goes down about halfway, and then I'm going to curve up. Looks like a hook or a backwards J. And then I'm going to do that again, but now I'm going to go this direction. So now I'm going to go down and curve around and hook back up. So it looks like a forward-facing J. So there's this W-shaped head. Next, I'm going to make the ears. So I'm going to make a diagonal line down on this side. I'm going to go across, and then I'm going to make a diagonal line up to connect the cat. If you don't like the way your ears look, this is where you can erase them and fix them. The next step is to make our eyes and nose. So right here in the center, I'm going to make a line that goes up about halfway. And then I'm going to make a line across the top so it looks like a capital letter T. Next, I'm going to make two lines that go up on each side, one on this side and one on this side. Now I'm going to make the eyes. So the eyes are football or almond shapes. So wherever I stop this line, I'm going to curve up, bend over all the way to the edge. And then I'm going to do it going in this direction. I'm going to curve down and over and then connect the two right here. I'm going to do that on this side too. Up, bend over, and then coming this way, down and over and connect. In the center of my eye, I'm going to make a circle for my eyeball. One here and one here. Then I'm going to do that one more time to make the pupil. One here and one here, just a little smaller circle. The next step is to make just a curved line under each eye. This is something that Laurel Burch always does with her cats. So I'm making a curved line under this eye and a curved line under this eye. Now I'm going to make two little V shapes in each ear, upside down V's, right there and right there. And then I'm going to add some whiskers to my cat's cheeks. So I'm going to start here and make a line out. I'm going to do 3 whiskers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, if you'd like to, you can go in and you can make a triangle here or a curve line or anything you want on the nose to give it just a little bit of decoration. Underneath this shape right here, I'm going to make a little curved U shape, just like that for the mouth. And my face is done. Now I'm ready to make the body. The body is going to start here on the side of the head, and you can start right about where the eyeball is. And we're going to make a line that curves all the way down and back. It's going to look like a backward letter C. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to curve all the way down. I'm going to get close to the edge of my paper, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, that's the back of the cat. Now I'm going to do the front of the cat. So I'm going to go to this part of the face, just under here. Now I'm going to make a line straight down. And now I'm going to make 2 feet. So I'm going to make a W line again, kind of like this. 1 and 2. Looks like a little W. Finally, I'm going to make the cat's tail. So I'm going to go back to this line right here. And I'm going to make my line kind of curve up, and I can curve in to make a tail. I can make an S shape to make a tail. You can make whatever shape you want. I'm going to make a curve for this one. And then I'm just going to make the other side of the tail. So now I'm going to go back and around just to make the other side of the tail, just like that. Now before we do any designs on our cat, I'm going to go and take my black Sharpie or my black crayon, and I'm going to trace all of my pencil lines. Be very careful when you're tracing. And if you go off the line at any spot, just make sure you go back and erase where you went off the line. Just like this, nice and slow. So go ahead and trace your cats.
Meow, 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 meow. Smiley cat. Meow, 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 meow. Smiley cat. Meow, 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 meow. Smiley cat. Meow, 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 meow. Smiley cat.
Okay, now that you've traced your cats, it's time to add some patterns and different shapes to your cat to make it look like a Laurel Burch cat. So you can really add any patterns you want to your cat. You can add zigzags, you can add triangles, hearts, stars, whatever you want to your cat. Just do it all over the cat. So go ahead and make your embellishments.
Meow, 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 meow. Smiley cat. Meow, 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 meow. Smiley cat. Meow, 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 meow. What's he smiling about? Meow, 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 meow.
Okay, once you have your cat done, you can decide if you want to add anything to your background, lines or shapes, or maybe you want your cat to be in some kind of environment. Maybe you want your cat to be in a house or outside by a tree, or maybe you want flowers around your cat. Whatever you decide is fine, and you may even just want to leave your cat the way it is and just color the background a solid color. That'll work too, as long as you have something in your background. All right, my cat is ready. I'm going to just put my name here right at the bottom before I color my cat. Now there's some things you want to remember when you're doing your cat's colors. You can color this cat realistically, or you can make it unnatural or abstract. That's up to you, but you want to try to have some areas of value. So one way that I can do value, if I'm painting, and I'm just going to show you this right here. If I'm painting, if I have a lot of paint on my brush, it's going to look darker than if I have a lot of water. Now look at the difference. That was a lot of paint. Now this is a lot of water. And I'm just going to keep going with just water, no paint, until I get to the end. And then you can see how my cat goes from a dark value or dark red all the way to a light red. So that is one way to show value if you're painting. If you're using something like crayons or colored pencils, then you can do a different technique of adding white or black to your color. So let me show you. I'm going to get out my red crayon, and I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to color with my crayon, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to lightly, you want to do this lightly because otherwise it's just going to look black, but I'm going to lightly add some black to my color, and you can see how much darker that looks. Now I'm going to keep going with just red, and then when I get to about here, now I'm going to add white first, just white, and then I'm going to go back with my red over the white, and you can see how that lightens it up. So it gets lighter as it goes across. So you want to do white, then red, and then when you do the darker value, you want to do the red first and then the black. So you can just kind of see them sort of going lightly off to the edge like that. And you can do that with colored pencil or crayon or even oil pastel. Now another thing you can do is you can press differently. If I take my crayon and I press kind of hard, not so hard that you break your crayon, but just kind of hard, you can see how nice and bright that red is. Now, if I go across and I don't press as hard, you can see how it lightens up. So I'm not pressing as hard here. It's definitely lighter than here. And now I'm going to barely touch the paper with my crayon. I'm just kind of lightly, very loose, going across with my crayon. So now you can definitely see it goes from a dark red to a light red. There's other ways that you can get different values. You can try mixing some colors. If I had marker, I could use red and I can mix with yellow and it'll change the color. It'll make it orange, but it'll be a lighter value. So I want you to try experimenting with different ways to make your colors light and dark, and I want you to color your entire picture. And remember, it doesn't have to be realistic. All right, my amazing artists, go ahead and finish coloring.
Smiley cat, meow, 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 meow. Smiley cat, meow, 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 meow. Smiley cat, meow, 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 meow. Spaghetti cat, 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 cat. 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 Spaghetti cat, cat, cat.
I wait for you, spaghetti cat. It's all I can do, spaghetti cat, to keep from falling apart. Spaghetti cat, 'cause you're breaking my heart.
Oh yeah.
All right, my amazing artists, our Laurel Burch cats are all done. Go ahead and upload your artwork to the Google Classroom. I can't wait to see what you created.